Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming today, again, you're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on the Stooges last time. And through them bashing the door down to music pretty much, we looked at sometimes our doors need to be bashed down as well. So trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're continuing on with the front man of that band today. 1947, Muskegon, Michigan. James Newell Ostenberg Jr. was born. He was brought up in a trailer park of all things, and it was around the 5th grade that he bit of a knack for drums. And his parents thought, well, okay, let's go with that. And so he started to play drums a bit more. He got informed about his musical genre by going to Chicago and seeing some of the blues bands. And from that, with a few of his mates, he formed the band The Stooges. Now, the Stooges are extremely influential, and I had a look at them last time in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. And so Iggy Pop, who we're looking at today, very much is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee. In fact, it's not for, if it wasn't for Iggy, the band would not have been inducted. So as the Stooges were making their way in the world, Iggy Pop was also making his way in the world. He changed his name to Iggy Pop. In 1972, there was a chance meeting with David Bowie. Now, the great thing about David Bowie, obviously, he's very artistic. He actually sees the good in people and what's possible. And he actually invited Iggy Pop to accompany him on his station-to-station tour. So it was through that tour that Iggy Pop became quite well known. Iggy Pop was signed in his individual right to RCA Records in 1977. And it was around that time also that he was starting to write with David Bowie, including the song China Girl, which came off the iconic Let's Dance album in the middle of the 1980s. Iggy Pop and David Bowie have a pretty amazing relationship. But as I said last time, Iggy Pop has a pretty amazing, indelible on-stage presence. He just doesn't just inhabit the stage, he takes the thing over. Not just the stage, but the crowd as well, including crowd surfing and all the rest of it. He is not scared to make statements. And as we discovered in 1979 on Countdown in Australia, the album I'm Bored. This is a very, very famous interview. This one, a very, very famous performance as well, because on Countdown you lip synced. Iggy Pop didn't care. He just handed it up and said, yeah, I'm going to actually put the microphone in all sorts of different places because I'm lip syncing here, guys. I don't care. And so we got the live version of that interview and performance below. In 1986, out came the song Blah Blah, album Blah Blah Blah, and we've got the song Real Wild Child, which actually is a Johnny O'Keefe classic. We've got the official clip and a live version of that one. Yeah, if you didn't think about Iggy Pop, Wild is absolutely his persona, and so it made sense for him to do Real Wild Child, absolutely. I know this particular song has been featured in the opening credits of Rage, which is just Channel 2, music MTV channel, often features quite prominently in that channel, and so Real Wild Child is a classic Iggy Pop song, absolutely. In 1990, out came the album Brick by Brick. This is a bit of a few collaborative people in here. We've got some Guns N' Roses people. We also had the B-52s, including Kate Pierson. And we've got the song Candy. We've got live and official of that one below as well. And I think this is where I want to go today. Talk about I was away for 20 years. So obviously this guy was in jail. But it's a bit of a story of love enduring despite all of that. You know, I really missed you when you got put inside, and you know, I was faking and all the rest of the stuff that I was doing until you got out. And there's this little interesting word, isn't there, called hope. Now, someone said to me a little while back, and it stuck in my head a little bit. Hope. It's just a 4-letter word, right? But the hold it has over humanity is huge, because we actually all need hope in our lives. There's hope is a two-edged sword. The first part of it is that sometimes it's hope that hope should have been given up on because things are just not going to get any better. But we hang on and we hang on and we hang on and we keep hanging on when things kind of stop and we get back into it again because hope is keeping us going. That's hope which probably doesn't need to be hung on. But you know, as us as human beings, we don't let go of hope because hope is such a potent force of nature that we will hope for the best irrespective of what's happening around us. How do we call out hope when it's no longer needed? How do we do that? What a great question that one is. That we've got to have trust of people around us who can call it out for us at times, because we might be blind ourselves to it. We may just be hoping no matter what, when we need to be giving up on hope. So sometimes we need to learn some wise people around us that will call it out on our behalf and say, hey, look, I don't think hope's going to actually eventuate here. It's not going to happen. So we just need to give up on it. How hard is it to let it go, though, when you're in those moments? You want to keep hoping because hope is such a strong thing. There is another kind of hope, though. That is hope where it does get fulfilled. Now, I can only honestly say in my life right now that I'm in a hope-fulfilled moment. Now, even if it took a long time for this to happen, but you know what? When hope gets fulfilled, it's a beautiful, amazing thing. And so sometimes we do hang on to hope. Now, despite that, there might be things in our life which aren't going so well, and the hope kind of runs its course on those individual moments. But on the bigger picture scale, us as human beings, we are hoping for a better life, aren't we? So we hold these two contexts of hope together. The hope which maybe we need to give up in the individual things, but the hope that we hang on to because we want our life to be better, because we all want these hope-fulfilled moments, don't we? We want hope to actually come to pass. And when it does, it's an absolutely amazing thing. Again, in the case of the song Candy, where, you know, he was away for 20 years, you know, she held on to that hope through all of that time. She knew at some point he was going to get out and they'll be together again. That's a classic case of hope being fulfilled. I'm sure that within that 20 years there were many moments when, you know, she's going through the motions, the hope wasn't being fulfilled. But, you know, it was eventually. This is the great thing about hope. And when you find it gets fulfilled in your life, it really resonates with your inner being. It's like, oh, all that emotional energy and all that effort was worthwhile. And so, in most parts of the world of our lives, I'm thinking we're often holding on to two things. We're holding on to hope, but not too tightly. We're holding on to love. We're holding on to all sorts of bits and pieces. We're waiting for stuff while living our life. There's also always two elements to life. We're saying we're holding these two things in tension. You know, when someone dies, you know, we're celebrating their life, but at the same time, we're being sad and reflecting on the life that was lived as well. There's two elements of life. Often we're holding in tension with each other. And this is very much the case with this hope word today as well. If you got to look at your relationship with hope now, is there some element of your life where hope is never going to come to pass? If it's not going to come to pass, maybe you need to let it go. But don't let go of the bigger hope of a life coming good at some point. This is the complexity as us as human beings. So I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Between 1969 and 2023, with lots of gaps in there, 5 studio albums with the Stooges, and we've also had 20 solo albums, estimated to hold sold around 270,000 albums, so relatively successful in the scheme of things. Iggy Pop's received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as part of the Stooges. In 2017, he received the Orders de Letters from France for a significant contribution to the arts in France. And Rolling Stone put him number 176 of the 200 greatest singers of all time in 2023. And so very significant artist, and I think the big thing about Iggy Pop is his angst and his indelible stage antics that have endeared him to the world. Absolutely, he's the ultimate front guy. So it's good to be able to give both the Stooges and Iggy Pop a bit of a go on this channel. So the links to those 5 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video on the Stooges. So if you want a recap on Iggy's start, that's there for you to have a look at. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time, the Life Reflections of Music, how great to see everybody here or coming here for the first time. That's it for today. Next time we're going to get onto a little band, a bit of an influential band for me, Illustrator. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.